Hi, it's Ty from Outdoor Skills for Kids, and I'm going to show you how to make a closed system water transpiration system. What we're going to need is a big bucket, and we're going to need some foliage from non-toxic plants. And in this case, I've got some lily pillies and I've got some banana leaves as well. So if you place that inside of your bucket, next what we're going to need is a collection. So I've got this little glass jar and pretty much empty, and we're going to place that in the center section over there, and that is where all our condensation is going to collect. So I'll just create a nice little nest for it in the center there so it stands nice and straight. What we need to do now is we need to close the system with a plastic sheet, transparent, so that the sun can penetrate, the heat can build up in there, which is going to amplify that evaporation of the water from these plants up against the plastic that is going to condense, and we're going to collect the droplets that's going to form in the middle of here. So the next piece of equipment we need is a large plastic bag or plastic covering. So I'll just open that up. It's got to be large enough so it completely covers our bucket. In a survival situation, you won't have access to a bucket, so then we dig a hole in the ground and we fill that hole with leaves, get a collection tub of whatever it could be. It could be a coconut husk, or a empty coconut shell, and then we can prop these edges closed with some rocks or sand on the edges. But just for practicing in the backyard, this is a good way to demonstrate how to do it well, and actually just to get your kids involved as well. So the next part, we need to secure the edges. You can use clothesline pegs just to peg, along the edge. I've got some a bungee cord, which I'll use in this case. So you can use a piece of string, bungee cord, anything just to seal this bag to the edge. All right, that should be good. All right. So what we want to get is the top section of the ear. We want it to be nice and taut. So it's nice and flat when we've got it over there. And then the next thing we're going to add in, a rock or pebble just over where the plastic or our collection tub is. So the idea is that the evaporation will be collected from the leaves. It'll hit that plastic, and then the angle of the plastic is dripping towards where that weighted stone is, and it will drip into our container. So this is a closed system because the only water we're going to capture is the water that is already over here, whereas the open system transpiration has got the roots from the tree sucking up the moisture from the ground, pushing it out to the leaves and creating that cycle, which is an open system. So give this a try. Experiment with how to extract water from nature using those different techniques. A few hours have now passed, and this is time to see how much water we've collected in our solar still. So as you can see, the water vapor has collected on the inside of the plastic sheet. The stone over there has weighed down, dripping it down towards our center container. So let's open this up and do the big reveal and see how much water we have. I'll just loosen up my bungee tie. I'll remove the rock from the center, and I'll give you guys a closer look and see what it looks like. Okay, let's have a look and see what it looks like and how much water we've collected. So again, you can see the water droplets forming on the inside. And as we remove the plastic sheeting, you'll see the water dripping. It's kind of steamy hot in the middle over there. And if you flip it over the edge, have a look at our container. See, there's a bit of water that's collected in there. And that's the amount of water that we've collected from our solar still, which is essentially water evaporating from these leaves, hitting the top of the plastic, and then dripping down towards the center. So that's a great way of trying to extract water from nature, and a great experiment to do with the kids. Careful selection of the plants that you use in nature to extract water is needed. Some plants may be toxic, so it's really important to know if you can extract water from them or not, whether you're using a transpiration system like that, or if you're using a sapling to extract water. Some plants, again, can be toxic. Some you can have an adverse allergic reaction to. So expert knowledge is needed before you do or consume any plant material or water from that plant.